Hello everyone, I'm Ed Flack from WizeUp. Today we're going to be trying something a little bit different. Obviously the last 10 weeks have been really difficult for everybody. It should have been really busy, should have been going into lots of schools, seeing lots of students, but obviously we've not been able to do that. We have put some films onto our website, www.wizeupwithaz.me, which hopefully you've had a look at. Today we're going to do a quiz to find out just how much of that stuff you've managed to remember. It's a bit of fun, but obviously there's a sort of a serious message behind it as well. So we're going to try and do one round a day. There's going to be a total of 4 rounds, 10 questions in each round. Come back tomorrow and have a look at round 2. Obviously if you want to skip and do all 4 rounds together, you can go onto the website and you'll be able to access the full quiz there. And when we come to doing the answers, I'll give you a little bit of background as to why those things work as well. So a little bit of fun, a little bit of serious intent as well. When you've got your score, please go onto Twitter, tweet what you did and how well you did on it. Give us a retweet on there, which is at WizeUpMe. Don't forget the Z for WizeUp. And good luck. The first round is going to be on apprenticeships and banking to see how much you can remember out of that. Right, question 1. What is the minimum wage for a first year apprentice? Is it A, £3.85, B, £4.15p, C, £4.55, or D, £4.85? So what is the minimum wage for a first year apprentice? A, £3.85, B, £4.15, C, £4.55, or D, £4.85? Question 2. During an apprenticeship, you'll be training how many hours per week? Is it A, 25 hours, B, 30 hours, C, 35 hours, or D, 40 hours? So if you start an apprenticeship, how many hours per week do you think you're going to be training? A, 25 hours, B, 30 hours, C, 35 hours, or D, 40 hours? Question 3. If you get a level 5 apprenticeship, what is that the equivalent of? Is it 5 GCSEs, 2 good pass A levels, C, a foundation degree, or D, a full degree? That's a BA or a BSc. So a level 5 apprenticeship is the equivalent of what? A, 5 GCSEs, B, 2 A levels, C, a foundation degree, or D, a full degree? Question 4. Now you want to apply for an apprenticeship. Can you A, apply whilst you're finishing your exams, B, apply for an apprenticeship alongside a full-time job, C, apply for an apprenticeship alongside a part-time job, or D, you can't do anything else at all if you apply for an apprenticeship? So if you want to apply for an apprenticeship, can you A, apply whilst you're finishing your exams, B, apply for your apprenticeship alongside doing a full-time job, C, apply for an apprenticeship alongside doing a part-time job, or D, you can't do anything else if you apply for an apprenticeship? Question 5. Now you decided to change your bankers. How long will that change take? Will it be A, immediate, so straight away, B, 6 working days, C, 2 weeks, or D, it can take any time, it just depends on the bank that you're transferring from and to? So if you're going to change your bankers, how long will it take to change? Will it be A, immediate, B, 6 working days, C, 2 weeks, or D, it could take any time at all? Question 6. Now you need to draw some cash out using your debit card. Do you A, use any machine, they're all free, B, only use your bank, everyone else charges, C, use any high street bank or building society, they're all free. Or D, every machine charges 5% of the amount you withdraw. So when you draw out some cash, can you A, use any machine because they're all free, B, use only your bank because everybody else charges, C, use any bank or building society, they're all free, or D, every machine that you take cash out of charges 5% of the amount you withdraw. Question 7. When you're using your bank account, you might well use a direct debit, but how many people really knows what a direct debit is? A direct debit means A, a company can ask your bank for any amount of money from your account every month. B, a company can ask your bank for the same amount of money from your account every month. C, cancelling the direct debit means you've cancelled the contract with the company. Or D, you can set up a direct debit directly with your bank. So 4 different facts about a direct debit, only one of those is true. So a direct debit means A, a company can ask your bank for any amount of money from your account every month. B, a company can ask your bank for the same amount of money from your account every month. C, cancelling the direct debit means you've cancelled the contract with the company. Or D, you can set up a direct debit directly with your bank. Question 8. The close cousin of the direct debit is the standing order. Now, a standing order means A, a company can ask your bank for any amount of money from your account every month. B, a company can ask your bank for the same amount of money from your account every month. C, cancelling the standing order means that you've cancelled the contract with the company. Or D, you can set up a standing order directly with your bank. So a standing order means A, a company can ask your bank for any amount of money from your account every month. B, a company can ask your bank for the same amount of money from your account every month. C, cancelling the standing order means that you've cancelled the contract with the company. Or D, you can set up a standing order directly with your bank. Question 9. Now, we're all very used to banks and building societies, but what do you really know about the differences between a bank and a building society? Now, a building society and a bank are A, the same thing. B, you can't get an overdraft with a building society, but you can with a bank. C, you can have shares in a building society without having an account. Or D, you can have shares in a bank without banking with them. So A, bank and a building society are A, the same thing. B, you can't get an overdraft with a building society. C, you can have shares in a building society without having an account. D, you can have shares in a bank without banking with them. And final question for this round, question 10. When you buy something using a debit card, A, the money comes out of your account straight away. B, it will always take 2 working days for the money to come out of your account. C, you have purchase protection insurance on goods over £100. Or D, you never really know when the money's going to come out of your account. So when you buy something using a debit card, A, the money comes out of your account straight away. B, it will always take 2 working days for the money to come out of your account. C, you have purchase protection insurance on goods over £100. Or D, you never know when the money's going to come out of your account. Right, we're going to go on to the answers for round 1. Good luck, hope you did well. Here we go. So question 1 was, what is the minimum wage for a first year apprentice? The answer is B, £4.15. That can change every year, but for this financial year, so that's April 2020 to April 2021, it's £4.15 an hour. Question 2. During an apprenticeship, you will be training for 30 hours a week. Now that's a minimum amount, so it might be slightly more than that, but that is the government guideline for how long you will be training with your company. Question 3. A level 5 apprenticeship is the equivalent of C, a foundation degree. That basically means it's the first year of a normal degree. So if you get a level 5 apprenticeship under your belt, you should be able to go to a university if you so wish after that, and you won't have to work through that first year of your university course because you've already got that equivalent of a foundation degree under your belt. Question 4. You want to apply for an apprenticeship. You have to apply, or you can apply for an apprenticeship alongside a part-time job. The rule is that you're not allowed to apply for an apprenticeship if you're in full-time education or employment. So providing you're not involved with those, then you can do anything else that you want as well. Question 5. If you're going to change your bankers, then you should be looking to allow 6 days for that change to go through. The good news is that if you do decide to change, all of the onus is on your existing bank and your new bank to talk to each other to get that through as quickly as possible. It may take a little bit quicker, but there is now legislation in place that says it shouldn't take any longer than 6 working days. So the good news is as well that if you've got anything set up with your existing bank, like a direct debit or a standing order or anything like that, that will all go across automatically, so you wouldn't even have to worry about doing that either. Question 6. If you're going to draw out some cash, you should use any bank or building society cash machine. They are free, but please beware that many other cash machines are not free. They'll either charge you a percentage of the amount that you withdraw, or they'll charge you a flat fee of maybe a £5. The ones I'm thinking about really are those in convenience stores and also in petrol stations, places like that. They say there's free cash. Don't always believe it. Make sure you read before you actually take your money out, or that tenner could end up costing you 15 quid. Question 7. A direct debit is an agreement where a company can come to your bank and take out or ask your bank for an unspecified amount of money every month. Ideally, you set up that agreement between you and the company, and we tend to use it for things where we have a bill that will change in amount every month, so something like a mobile phone bill, and that means that that money, providing it's in your account, will be paid by your bank to that company without your having to do anything at all. Question 8. A standing order, however, you have a lot more control. The answer to that is D. You can set up a standing order directly with your bank, and you have more control because you're instructing your bank to pay another company the same amount of money on the same day every single month or week, depending on when you want to set it up. Ideally, we'd use that for something like a mortgage repayment, or if we were putting some money into a savings account, we'd set the bank that standing order up so that the bank would transfer that money into our savings account for us. Question 9. A building society and a bank are D. The difference, or the main difference between them, is that you can have shares in a bank without banking with them. Now, a building society, all of the profits are kept for its members, and to be a member, you have to have an account with them, either a savings account or a loan, a mortgage or something like that, and then you will benefit from the building society's profits. However, if you buy shares in a bank, for example, you want to buy some shares in Barclays Bank, you don't have to have an account with Barclays to do that. The profits that the banks make are made for their shareholders, not for the people that actually save with them or borrow money from them. So that is the big difference between a bank and a building society. Most of the other things nowadays are very, very similar. And finally, question 10. When you buy something using a debit card, you never know when the money's going to come out of your account. Some transactions will go through the next day. Some transactions may take 3 or 4 days. So it's always a really good idea to make sure that you keep a mirror image of what's going on in your account on your mobile phone, so that you don't come across any nasty surprises. It's very easy to buy something for 20 quid on your debit card and you forget all about it. I've done it myself, and then 3 days later that 20 quid goes through and you've forgotten to keep enough money in your account. Then it can get quite expensive because potentially you start going overdrawn. So well worthwhile keeping that mirror account on a mobile phone. Loads of apps out there for you to do that. Right, how did you do? Hopefully you did pretty well. Why don't you go onto Twitter, tweet how you did. Don't forget to mention us at WizeUpMe with a Z, and we'll see how everybody got on. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye for now.